Hi guys, this is Lori from the 3 Acre Farm. It's September and I thought I would just take you for a little garden tour, show you what's happening here on our farm. So let's go take a look. So here we are walking to our garden. This year my husband built a new compost pile for us. Next year we'll probably grow some plants along the trellising here. We just didn't get around to it this year. But this is where we throw our compost, all of our food waste. We chuck it in there, the chickens hop in, they eat what they want, and then they tear up the rest. So that system works pretty well for us. We can remove these, just pull them out when we need to shovel and turn over the compost, but the chickens do most of the turning for us. So let's check out the garden. And here we have my greenhouse. My husband built this for us a couple years ago. And that's where I start all of my seeds. But the garden is in full bloom right now. You can see we've got all sorts of things. I've got pumpkins growing there. Here I've got my pole beans. I've got peppers here, herbs, tomatoes. We use raised beds in our garden, and we use a mulching system similar to what's found in the Back to Eden style gardening. And it works really well for us. We don't water very much at all, maybe just a couple times over the summer, and our stuff grows pretty well. So here we have peppers that are just starting to be ready. Zucchini over here, broccoli, kale. I wanted to show you this, my cherry tomatoes. At the beginning of the season we take these cattle panels that you get at a farm store, and we have 16, they're 16 foot and I think 4 feet high, and we wire them to this rebar which is hammered into the ground. And then when I grow my plants at the base of these, and I just wind them in the cattle panel as they're growing, and as you can see they are huge. They're much taller than I am. You can see me here against them. They're massive, and this has worked out to be a really good system for us for growing cherry tomatoes. And so to harvest, I just reach in there and grab all those little cherry tomatoes. It works great for us. I've got other things here, potatoes, some cauliflower, some collard greens that I grow for the goats. I don't know if you can see the goats way out there in the pasture, but they come over here and we just feed them the collard greens. They like those. So that is one half of the garden. Oh, these trellises here are for cucumbers. I plant cucumbers at the base and then they grow up the trellis. And then the fruit hangs down. It doesn't stick on the ground. This bushy stuff here is our asparagus. I let it grow over the summer and then I'll chop that down in the late fall. This is my herb bed. I've got oregano, lavender, chives, sage, all sorts of good stuff. More peppers over here. Here's the cattle panel again I used for cucumbers. Got Swiss chard, carrots, more tomatoes. I've got melons over here, cosmos. I like to grow flowers in my garden because I found that the flowers really attract a lot of birds, and then the birds eat all the pests, so I don't have a lot of pest problems. The birds take care of it all for me. Here's the cucumber trellising again. I've got 3 of them, and again I just start the plants right at the base of the trellis here, and then they grow up on it, and then the fruit hangs down so it doesn't get damaged. I don't know what that was about. And then over here we have watermelons. So I've got a bunch of watermelons growing in here. Got grapevines on the fence over there. More flowers. Dog that likes to hang out with me. So this is just a quick tour of our garden. We have 26 garden beds. It's a lot of growing space. And we enjoy working in here. Not only is it productive, but it's also beautiful, which is what a garden should be.